The Rock gets into Roman Reigns' head. Major botches you probably missed at WWE WrestleMania XL Night 1. Damian Priest cashes in at WrestleMania 40 Night 2. Paul Heyman had a unique request for Triple H ahead of Hall of Fame induction. Solo Sikoa sends a bold message after The Rock and Roman Reigns' victory at WWE WrestleMania 40. Triple H reveals what he thought about The Rock's performance. The Rock discloses the original plans for him and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania XL and more. Let's dive right in. Major botches you probably missed at WWE WrestleMania XL Night 1. WrestleMania Night 1 set the tone for the weekend, and it appears like the WWE Universe is expecting even more great moments as the action resumes tonight. While Saturday night's show will be remembered for a long time, there were a few moments that WWE did not expect. In this video, we'll look at some inevitable mistakes that occurred yesterday night. Here are 4 significant gaffes made at WrestleMania XL Night 1 that viewers may have overlooked. Number 4. The new Catch Release's entrance. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate took part in their first WrestleMania battle last night, but things didn't go as planned. The Awesome Truth made their arrival, and it appears that the production crew missed the memo since the video package did not change when New Catch Republic's music was played. The two guys made their entrance and played an important role in the bout that resulted in the Tag Team Championships being split. Overall, it appears that the tiny mishap did not have a significant impact on their maiden participation at the year's largest event. Number 3. WWE officials attempt to end a match early. Ladder matches typically allow for a number of errors. This year, there was a botch that fans had never seen before. As Damian Priest attempted to ascend the ladder, the opposite side began to buckle, prompting the officials to rush down and attempt to stop him. Jessica Kerr was seen attempting to grasp Priest's leg and prevent him from ascending, but the Judgment Day member went ahead with the plan and struck The Miz with a South of Heaven from the top of the ladder. The ladder eventually broke away, offering supporters one of the most embarrassing views of the night. Number 2. Roman Reigns loses a place. Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes are two of WWE's top wrestlers, so witnessing them botch a move is a rare occurrence. Seth Rollins was waiting for a tag and attempted to get involved twice, but because Reigns was on the wrong side, the Visionary tagged his opponent twice and was unable to join in. Roman Reigns throws the line and becomes confused because Seth and Cody are not present, so they call an audible and re-enter the headlock. Finally, Rollins was able to tag in, and the match proceeded as intended. Number 1. The Rock topples over. The Rock was out of control throughout the WrestleMania main event. The People's Champion threatened the referee that if the official disqualified him, he would be sacked. This is the kind of power that The Rock now has in WWE, and he made certain that he used it to advantage. Midway through the encounter, Rock performed a low blow to Seth Rollins in front of the referee, but it appears that Karma was able to respond. The final boss executed the move and then fell into the turnbuckle. Damian Priest cashes in at WrestleMania 40 Night 2. The WWE Universe experienced a magnificent first night of WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. However, Damian Priest wants to forget the events of last night when he lost the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship on the Showcase of the Immortals. However, Priest has been lurking in the shadows with his Money in the Bank briefcase, waiting for the best moment to strike. With his contract running out, the Judgment Day member must cash in his briefcase on Night 2 of WrestleMania XL. With Seth Rollins being the most anticipated choice on whom Damian Priest may cash in, the latter must swerve and cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase on United States champion Logan Paul. To establish a factor of uncertainty, since winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, Damian Priest has made multiple attempts to cash in on Seth Rollins, and his plot has revolved on the World Heavyweight Championship. With everything becoming evident, the Punisher must shock the audience and take a fresh approach by cashing in on Logan Paul at WrestleMania 40. The Maverick revealed on the Pat McAfee show that Priest told him to take care of the United States title, which might be a huge indication that the Judgment Day member is also interested in Paul. Furthermore, Rhea Ripley teased the same, asking, "What makes people believe Damian Priest is only targeting Seth Rollins?" As a result, the Punisher must cash in his contract on Logan Paul, rather than the World Heavyweight Champion, to establish an element of uncertainty. Not only would this astound and enthrall fans, but it might also lead to a lucrative cash-in at WrestleMania 40. Shawn Michaels provides update on The Rock's daughter Ava. Shawn Michaels recently revealed what the future might hold for The Rock's daughter in WWE. Ava, actual name Simone Johnson, has been a member of WWE's developing system since 2020. The 22-year-old first appeared on NXT as a member of the Schism faction in 2022 before becoming an authoritative figure. Michaels, NXT's head booker, warned reporters ahead of Stand and Deliver that Ava's ring future is unknown. However, he thought she was doing well in her new post as general manager. From a ring standpoint, we'll wait and see on that, to be perfectly honest, because she is doing a fantastic job as GM, he said. "I had been thinking about it for a long time. It was one of those situations where we decided to wait and see whether it presented itself. After spending time in the ring and working with Schism, it felt right to go there. Her development has been outstanding. I am very proud of her," Michaels remarked. Paul Heyman had a unique request for Triple H ahead of Hall of Fame induction. WWE Hall of Famer Paul Heyman has a lot of respect for Triple H, the chief content officer. Heyman was inducted into the Hall of Fame this past week. The famous star delivered one of the most memorable acceptance speeches, even thanking the game for transforming the wrestling profession. At the WrestleMania XL press conference, Triple H stated that all WWE Hall of Famers had an emblem inscribed in their ring based on their preference. Heyman, on the other hand, asked Hunter to put whatever he believed was appropriate for the situation. The game did not specify what term he said in the ring, but that was how he felt about Heyman, and he admired the former ECW promoter. His Hall of Fame ring has an insignia on the inside. They can have whatever they wish inscribed on the inside, indicating what is essential to them. Paul said, "I leave it up to you. He would have to tell you what I wrote in there if he wanted to, because it is between him and me. But if he wanted, he could tell you. But the word I put within his ring expresses exactly how I feel about him." So that meant a lot. Solo Sikoa sends a bold message after The Rock and Roman Reigns' victory at WWE WrestleMania 40. Enforcer of the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa gave a brief message following The Rock and Roman Reigns' win over Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins at WWE WrestleMania 40 Night 1. The Brahma Bull returned to ring action after an 8-year absence, teaming up with his cousin to face Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. The bout lasted more than 40 minutes and the final boss won by pinning the American Nightmare. According to the stipulation, the undisputed WWE Universal Championship contest between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes on Night 2 will now be a Bloodline rules bout with The Rock, Solo Sikoa, and Jimmy Uso, all expected to play significant roles. The Enforcer also responded to his faction members' win with a brief statement on social media, implying that he is ready to make his presence known on the grandest stage of them all. Triple H reveals what he thought about The Rock's performance. Triple H gave his honest opinion on The Rock's performance at WWE WrestleMania XL Night 1. After 8 years, the final boss returned to the ring during the event. He and his cousin Roman Reigns defeated Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins in the main event. As a result, tonight's undisputed WWE Universal Championship bout will take place under Bloodline rules. This means that the American Nightmare will have a difficult time completing his story because the Tribal Chief's family will be involved. During the WrestleMania XL post-show press conference, Triple H praised on The Rock's performance, claiming that he remained composed and calm throughout the match. What impressed me the most was his poise, his presence in the moment, and his feel. So I could see him reacting to everything that was happening. I could feel it reverberating in him, and I could sense his poise. When you haven't done this in a while, adrenaline rushes through you, and you're in front of all those people you zone in quickly, and you go quickly with it, even though you don't realize it. He was serene, and there aren't many people who can go that long and be that cool, composed, and in control, as well as feel, let it happen. Experience it, absorb it, and then let it come out of you, Hunter added. The Rock discloses the original plans for him and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania XL. The Rock has expounded on his and Roman Reigns' original plans for WrestleMania XL, as well as why they were changed. The Great One made a stunning debut on the February 2 broadcast of SmackDown confronting his cousin. Cody Rhodes, who had just won the Royal Rumble battle, handed over his spot to the wrestling icon. This sparked a lot of outrage online as fans wanted the American Nightmare to conclude the plot. As a result, the plans shifted dramatically, with the final boss turning heel and joining the Bloodline instead. Speaking at the WrestleMania Saturday post-show press conference, The Rock claimed that following his fight with Roman Reigns, he came up with a plan for how they could pivot and give the fans what they wanted. After that moment in the ring in Birmingham, Alabama, everything became crystal apparent to me. When we arrived, Cody essentially passed on the opportunity to me. Roman and I had that confrontation, and just a few days later, I was in Hawaii, and I remember waking up Snap's fingers and thinking, I think I know what this pivot should be. And that is to not only listen to the fans, but to give them what they want and have invested in for the past few years, which is the notion of Cody Rhodes completing his story, The Rock stated. He added, but then the B-side of that, the exciting aspect for me, number one was to give something for the fans, but also, let's make a difference. Let's go to Rock 10.0 and see what that looks like, what the ultimate boss looks like, and let's take the agreement, the transaction, and the board's appointment as a director. Let us use and exploit that in a practical way, and bring that actual influence and strength into the plot. And lastly, The Rock gets into Roman Reigns' head. After The Rock and Roman Reigns defeated Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins on Night 1, Roman Reigns overcame the first obstacle at WrestleMania 40. This established the Bloodline rules for Night 2 of the undisputed WWE Championship match between Reigns and Cody Rhodes. However, the Tribal Chief must not let a specific incident from WrestleMania 40 impact him. Otherwise, Reigns risks losing the championship to the American Nightmare. During the tag team bout, Reigns attempted to hit Cody Rhodes with a spear, but Seth Rollins pushed Rhodes out of the way. As a result, Reigns used the spear on The Rock. This is not the first time Reigns has accidentally speared his own people. At SummerSlam 2023, Reigns intended to spear Jey Uso, but instead used it on Solo Sikoa. Obviously, the Brahma Bull was in excruciating pain after the spear, and it's probable that moment in instilled terror in the tribal chief, signs that the tribal chief may be overthinking the problem. Following WrestleMania 40, Roman Reigns attended the post-WrestleMania news conference. He appeared to be already upset about the situation. In fact, he didn't want to answer questions and was nervous about being asked at a slow speed. Furthermore, the tribal chief withdrew a journalist from the news conference. He even halted the session until the journalist was evacuated, demonstrating signals of distress within himself. Here's why Roman Reigns might allow The Rock to get into his head. The tribal chief's spear is quite powerful. On the other side, The Rock is a formidable figure in WWE. While Rock acknowledged Reigns, he remains Reigns' boss, known as the final boss. Given that Reigns speared The Rock, he may begin to fear retaliation on Night 2. The constant dread of revenge from the Great One may cause Reigns to be distracted during the match on Night 2. If Cody Rhodes discovers the distraction, he will try to take advantage of the situation to dethrone the tribal chief. The consequences of distraction can be costly for the tribal chief. The tribal chief may be concerned not just with revenge, but also with losing the title to the American Nightmare. Given that The Rock has more dominance than him, Roman Reigns can easily spiral into the most negative ideas. So if he becomes sidetracked, he risks losing the crown. Now, if he loses the title even after the Bloodline rules are enforced, the Brahma Bull will be upset. He might flip on the tribal chief right away, or he might remove Roman Reigns as the head of the table and take over, driving the Bloodline back to the mountaintop. Thank you for watching, subscribe for more wrestling videos, and we'll see you in the next video.